Another healthy lad, a bad, mad, glad lad whom you've all met before on air and screen.
How do you do? Here we are again once more in this sumptuous drawing room. My name is Cyril, dreaming of the Fletcher, and my one desire is to remain anonymous. Now, don't run out because my PCs aren't half as long as Gone with the Wind. Now, I must tell you of a friend of mine who was a lunatic, funnily enough. Yeah, I know. And he wanted to write a book, so he called to the water bloke and said, "Look here, old chap, I want to write a book. Do provide me with the necessary paper and typewriter," which the water very kindly did. And my friend the lunatic wrote and wrote and wrote. And he'd reached the 999th page, 999th page, when the water bloke got rather interested and went up to him and tapped him on the shoulder and said, "I say, lunatic, old chap, what have you written?" My friend the lunatic said, "Well, this is what I've written," and held the whole sheaf of pages in his hand and began to read. The cowboy jumped onto the horse and said, "Gee up, gee 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 up," and so on for 999 pages. Yes, that's right. And the water bloke said, "I say, old chap, what have you written apart from that? Won't the readers get rather bored?" And my friend the lunatic said, "Well, yes, I suppose they will, but how was I to know the damn horse wasn't going to move off?" Now I'd like to tell you a story in a soppy voice. There was a man, see, and he had a bike, see, and he was very fond of cycling, see, but he would persist in cycling between the tram lines, see. Well, one day, he was cycling between the tram lines as was his wont, when a tram come along behind, see, and got very annoyed, especially the driver. And he said, "Oh, you, can't you get off them tram lines?" My friend said, "Yes, I can, but you can't." Yes. Launches off into the usual odd ode. This is the tale of Hilda Hose, who had a phosphorescent nose, which sent out quite a glow before her, reminding one of dawn's aurora. And people meeting her at night would comment on its ruddy light. And Hilda would say, if this she heard, that ruddy was a well-picked word. She hated to be thought a freak, and cursed her large and crimson beak. Especially it terrified her if motorists drew up beside her, and waited there with words obscene for Hilda's nose to turn to green. At last, abandoning restraint, she camouflaged her nose with paint. But once again she missed the bus because the paint was luminous, and people thought it out of place to meet a nose without a face. And Hilda hated being teased about the fireworks when she sneezed. But now at last I'm glad to say some better luck has come her way. For though the crimson glow remains, Miss Hilda Hose no more complains. For sanctioned by the ARP, she stands outside a surgery, and with her phosphorescent snout, she guides the patients in and out. Goodbye.